We're back with a new College Hoops 2K video, and you know the drill. I'd suggest you watch from the first season, but you don't have to. Each video in this series will be a standalone season, so each video can be watched on its own. Just to give some context for new viewers, I'm in my 5th season as a head coach, spent 2 seasons at Texas Southern, and this is my 3rd season at Tennessee State. This is another season where I won't focus too much on recruiting, but I'm keeping my eyes on Jerome Burley, a shooting guard from Florida who already seems interested in playing for us. He's 6'5", can't really shoot that well, but he just has a really good feel for the game. We start with a lower fan attendance than last year for some reason. Maybe some of our top guys who were seniors and left, I don't really know. But we got an 81 overall rating as a team, which makes this the best team I've coached so far in this legacy mode. Here's my starting 5. I'm not 100% confident with this alignment for reasons I'll explain in a second, but I'll start with this and we'll see where it gets me. Okay, at center, Cristano Yanka, 7 foot. He's a freshman I just recruited from the state of Tennessee, so he's a local. He was rated a 3-star, but comes in at 73 overall, so we're blessed with this guy. His strengths are close range scoring, blocks, low post defense, and hustle, so we're pretty much set in the paint for the next 4 years with him. At power forward, I just bumped up Taquan Bosley, who was our 3 last season. I don't love him there, but I wanted to free up the 3 spot for a new guy we have coming in. Bosley is a 72 overall, 6'8" senior forward who can knock it down close and in the mid-range. He's athletic, but nothing really stands out about him. He averaged 8 and 5 last season, which is kind of what I expect still. Okay, this is my controversial decision. I'll be playing our JUCO recruited sophomore Kenneth Halsell at the 3. He's normally a guard, but at 6'5", 211 with a 71 overall high energy slasher kind of game, I think he'll be useful for us at this spot. If it's not a good fit, I might move him and reorganize the lineup, but I'll start with this. At shooting guard, Ismael Barlow, 6'4" senior. Our star transfer is finally ready to play. He's 256 pounds, that's crazy. That's like a Taylor Horton Tucker kind of build. Remember him from Simeon High School and Iowa State? But this guy is now 88 overall. So many attributes in the high 80s and 90s, so it's hard to pinpoint anything he's not good at. But he's just a living, breathing bucket. Like layup is 96, mid-range is 93, super athletic. He was never a good fit at Boston College, but he's ready to show what he can do this year. He's a projected first-round draft pick too. Clifton Banks, 6'3" guard, senior. At 74 overall, he finally gets to start at the point now that our star guard has graduated last summer. As always, he's reliable, consistent, will push the tempo and make open shots. He can be a solid second scoring option as well if needed. First game is against Vermont. I tried different rotations. Barlow had a high scoring game to start his career as a Tiger. He forced the issue a little bit and scored 28 on low percentage. That's okay though, I guess he needs to stay confident and take shots until they fall. We win a 72-61 ball game that should have been a wider margin in my opinion. I'm taking the team to deep waters early to see how they swim. We're visiting Syracuse, who was 10th in the country in preseason rankings. We get smacked by 30. Their point guard dropped 28 on us. He's a high school All-American who ended up staying 4 years and is a potential top pick in the draft with a 93 overall rating. They had multiple guys that we just couldn't deal with at all. That being said, I like Kenneth Halsell as a starter for us, so for now, I'm keeping the lineup as is. We then had an easy game against one of the worst teams in the country, New Hampshire. Cool jerseys and shorts though, but we end up winning by 20 behind a solid double-double by Barlow and 17 points by Clifton Banks at the point. We then had a really close call versus Tennessee Martin and then take a big loss against Southeast Missouri. And then we play Murray State and Barlow has maybe his best game so far with a 30 and 10 double-double with 4 assists. Our freshman center played great as well. I'm grateful we have this guy. Unfortunately, our starting forward Taquan Bosley separated his shoulder, which made me realize we have a few injuries to deal with right now, so I'll have to adjust my rotations. By late January, our record is 10 and 5, and this season is the Ismael Barlow show. He's scoring 22.7 points a game, which puts him as the 10th best scorer in the entire country. This is the best player I've coached by far this whole legacy mode, with 8 rebounds a game as well. He's just really tough. Just a few games later, he dropped 37 against Samford, who booted us out of the conference tournament last year, if I'm not mistaken, and then a 38-point double-double against Morehead State in the same week. So also shout out to Kenneth Halsell, who's holding it down at the 3 spot with consistent and high energy play, averaging 7-4 with 2 assists and 2 steals. Right after I said that, he dropped a near triple-double season high of 28 and 7. Austin Peay is the only matchup that's actually somewhat dangerous to us in this conference. They currently hold a 16-5 record. They play beautiful basketball with lots of ball reversals, and their center, Gil Conway, who averages 20 a game, so they beat us here by 9 points. As I'm simulating the last few games of the regular season, this happens. Our starting center, Cristano Yanke, is down with a hand injury that might last a month, which means we won't have him for part of the conference tournament. We end the season with a 17-7 record, and the postseason starts against Samford. It should be an easy win on paper as they're rated 70 overall and we're 81 despite injuries. I'm glad to have Clifton Banks back after he was out for a big part of the season. We make easy work of Samford winning by 18. Barlow dropped 23 points and 8 rebounds, with Halsell contributing 8 points and 6 assists. Next up is Morehead State with the 12-16 record, who should be easily beatable, but they actually gave us trouble at one point this season, so we still have to be locked in. I'll give them credit because they really came to play with 5 of their guys scoring in double digits. On our end, we have 2 guys scoring 20 and Clifton Banks showing out with 17 and 7 assists, and we get the dub. Now this is it. The conference final will determine if we get an automatic bid into March Madness. We're playing a 75 rated Tennessee Tech team that we beat twice this year, one of them by only 1 point, so we know they can hang with us despite what they look like on paper. We started the game on a 10-0 run and never looked back. Although things slowed down a bit eventually, they never got close and we won by 19, racking up 21 assists as a team.
Brigham Young comes in as the number 4 seed, finishing at 25-7. And they'll take on the 13th seed from the Ohio Valley Conference, the Tennessee State Tigers, with 20 wins.
So here we are, March Madness. We'll face a 91 overall BYU squad with 4 starters rated 86 overall or more. They beat ranked teams all season, victories over UNLV, Oregon, Minnesota, Syracuse. But I believe in our guys. Everyone is healthy finally, and we're rated an 82 overall. Ismael Barlow will be the best player on the floor for any team at 91 overall at this point. We started the game so good, finding the open man every chance we got. Our pressure defense caused a lot of steals and we capitalized on them. Our bigs were also putting in work, scoring the ball. We were up 20 at halftime with Barlow making 4 threes in the first, I think. But then the skill gap came showing. Once they slowed down on the turnovers and played BYU basketball, they started torching us inside and outside, knocking down 50% of their threes to come back and win by 7. Although this is the end of the road for us, I'm really proud of my guys for this game. We fought hard, and I think a lot of our younger guys have a bright future ahead. Here are our starter stats by the end of the season. Our biggest surprise this year was our freshman center, Cristano Yanke. Man, he was good. 9 points, 5 rebounds, and almost 2 blocks. He could become a problem for this conference. Taquan Bosley at power forward, he's just here to fill in where we need him, so his stats decreased a bit, but he did what he had to do. Kenneth Halsell loved his season. I called him a slasher before, but he was more than that for us. He did everything. 8 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1.4 steals a game. Coming in as a JUCO recruit, I didn't think he would contribute right away, but he did in a major way. Then at shooting guard, Ismael Barlow. By the end of the season, he was a 92 overall. And I knew he would score obviously, but his strength on the glass as a shooting guard is what made him a lottery guy. So 23 points, 8 rebounds at 6'4", 2 assists, 1.4 steals. That's a crazy stat line. And then Clifton Banks, his numbers decreased a bit, but he was still dropping dimes and contributed 7 points a game, so I'm really happy with the team. Not surprisingly, Ismael Barlow wins Conference Player of the Year for his bounce-back season after transferring. He went from scoring 6 points in his last season at Boston College, being underutilized, to being drafted to the NBA now. There's no info on exactly which pick he got, but I know with this game you can transfer the draft class file to NBA 2K8, so I might have to try that one day. Besides Barlow, my solid guard Clifton Banks is leaving, along with Taquan Bosley, who started the last 2 seasons for us, and Ali Hobson. I really feel like taking this Tennessee State team to the tournament twice should give me serious coaching offers, especially knowing we almost made it to the second round. Here are the recruits I'm about to sign if I stick around with this team. Terrell Parks is a 3-star point guard from Houston who probably won't see much playing time. Then there's Kabir Dukes, also a 3-star guy. I'm pretty excited about him though. He already has pro size as a freshman. Lamont Francis is a sophomore JUCO guy that I'm hoping will be a prodigy who can start at the point or be a 6th or 7th man at least. And then another JUCO power forward who I just signed because he was super skilled, so we'll have to see where he fits. I was kind of shocked to see I only got mid-major offers. I wonder if I simply won't get big conference offers straight from a small school. Like maybe the game is set up so that I have to prove myself at the mid-major level before getting major conference interest. The top 2 schools offering are Nevada and Valparaiso. Nevada is kind of a big deal mid-major. They had a good record last year and will return 2 sophomores over 77 overall and an 87 overall senior, so my first year with them would be good at least. Valpo will lose their 2 best players, but will start 2 seniors over 75 overall. It's not awful, but not as interesting. I'll have to think about all of that. I really like my recruits with Tennessee State, so I'm tempted to stick around again, although I probably should be moving on to a bigger conference, even though I don't have my choice of high major conference schools. Let me know what you would do. Take care, and don't miss the next one.